What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody's having a good day, night, or whatever time you're watching this video. Hope you're enjoying your day. Now, the Marvel's Avengers beta is about to end very soon. The time of me recording it, it should end who knows when. Because this is it for me for this weekend. Play it again when it reopens up. Now, in the background, you're watching some Widow gameplay. I didn't really touch too much on Black Widow, so I spammed a whole bunch of matches with some friends, and we levered up, and I can play Widow now. So, I just want to say a couple things I did like about the beta. There was a lot of content. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of things to do. Even though the missions were kind of short, you're not supposed to just run straight from objective to objective to objective. Search for things. You're gonna find a lot of different loot if you just take your time and search. Every time I played a mission, replayed a mission over and over again, I felt like I was always finding something new, or I was always collecting something new. Even though some things I did already previously collect, I would find some new spot or way to open up a different area and found a new comic or found a new piece of gear or equipment, something. Hidden bunkers. So there's a decent chunk of content in a beta alone to get you through the weekend. Characters. All the characters felt unique in a different way. When I played Widow, she didn't play nowhere near how Iron Man would play. Same thing with Hulk. Hulk didn't play nowhere as near as you would if you would have played Miss Marvel. Every character has, even though it's like skill trees look similar, and you hold this button to do this type of attack, you know, it felt different from when playing Widow, because her move, if you held this button, could change to a combo. May not have on another character like Hulk, but you kind of get the idea. Every character moveset felt unique. Different regions. There's a lot of different regions, a lot of different things to explore, like from the icy tundra to actual city. Even though people complain about, you know, you flying around in enclosed spaces or not enough room, so just free roam. This is not like an open world game. You're not gonna free roam. So you do have enclosed spaces, but there's, like I said, a lot of things to do in those enclosed spaces. This is me personally talking from what I have experienced. Now, there's not too much to be like, oh, this game's super amazing. There's only few things I liked about the beta. Again, this is the beta. This does not mean that the actual game is gonna suck, but this was the beta. Those were like the main 2 or 3 things I took away that really stood out to me. Now when we get to the cons, there are a lot of bad things I did not like about this beta. For one, the AI. Let's start off with the AI. The AI companions sucked at times. They really did. There were times where they would just glitch out, wouldn't help you. If you got down, it was basically over because they wouldn't revive you. I've seen it happen several times. Like, Hulk and Miss Marvel can be right next to me, and I'm playing Iron Man, and I get down somehow. They're just constantly fighting. They would not come and revive me, and then afterwards it's just game over. And after the match would end, of course they would like unbug and they would start helping me again. Sometimes they wouldn't even follow me, so it felt like I was just by myself at times messing around with the AI because the AI wouldn't do anything. Let's talk about some of the disadvantages when it came to some of the characters. Yes, like I said earlier, the pro was they did feel unique. But one thing, let's start off with Widow, since you're actually watching Widow gameplay. You see her meter underneath her willpower. Her willpower is her health. They're calling it willpower. But her meter, don't know what it's called because it wasn't like in the skill tree. But I don't know what it does. I legit don't even know what it does. I don't know if it gives you extra damage, extra attack speed, what it does. But the only thing I take away from it, if you get touched, your meter fully depletes. Don't even know what it does, but it fully depletes. I feel like when you're playing Widow, you're not supposed to get touched at all. If you get touched, then you're playing this character wrong. I'm gonna be honest. To fully understand this character, we won't know until the game releases. I won't know what that meter does or what it's for. But like I said, the minute you get hit, your whole meter goes away and your glowing red arms and fists goes away. Let's go to Hulk. Hulk was good, but I really hated that Hulk struggled. He struggled so much in his beta. There were places where chests were high up, and it felt like you had to be super creative to get him with the Hulk. And even when you were creative, sometimes there were just spots where it wasn't even worth to go get to even try to get the chest, because you wasted like 10 to 15 minutes trying to just get one chest that's been in your face for 10 to 15 minutes that every other character can get. Like I said, this is the beta. If he had like a double jump or a higher jump in the beta, it wouldn't have been a problem or issue. Maybe in the full game he has a double jump or an even higher jump, but right now, as it stands in the beta, Hulk struggles a lot. His meter, his rage meter, you deal damage, you build his meter, you get rage, you take reduced damage, and you deal increased damage. That was fine, but the only thing I hated about it, you have to hold the meter. Like, there's no tap or press like other people. You have to hold it to get the full effect, and I dislike that. Maybe if it was just press it, then it became active, that would have been a lot easier. But having to hold the meter really did suck. Especially if you're playing on, I'm gonna say it now, if you're on PC playing with mouse and keyboard, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna want to hold a button down the entire time while trying to press 15 other buttons. Again, if it's on console, it's a little more simple because your hands are already like all over the controller. You can already press any button you want. Won't be a problem, but wherever your key is bound to, I don't know what it is because it's not open for PC just yet, but if it's on an awkward ass key, you're gonna have a hard time playing the Hulk. Iron Man, his meter was, I think it's called intrinsic or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but his is called something supercharged, and he would basically when his meter is up, he gets to use his repulsors, his beams, and his rockets. One of his abilities gave him overload or overcharge, where he basically didn't deplete his meter at all. Super useful because heavy attacks burn through his meter, like no joke. If I was to go for a heavy attack using my repulsor, I would basically deplete my meter, and then I have to wait for it to build up again and deplete my meter again. It would have been fine if it was just projectiles, like actual aiming, shooting projectiles would deplete the meter, but using your heavy attacks, because they are like beams and lasers, it would deplete your meter and you would go back to just using light attacks all the time. So I guess it made it to where as though Tony couldn't just stay in the air and just spam abilities. He had to actually get in the fight. So I guess that's a good thing where players won't just be able to just sit back and do nothing all game. But he burned through it so quick. Using the lasers, you burned through it and didn't do nearly as much damage as you thought you would. It did build a lot of stun, but that's about it. And like again, like I said, you just have to wait for the meter to recharge. Even using your block ability depletes the meter. So basically everything you do with Iron Man depletes your meter. And if you're flying, like actual not hovering but flying around, you lose 10% of that. I think it's 10%. It's like 5 to 10%. Somewhere in there, you lose some of that. So it feels as though you were even at a bigger disadvantage trying to fly around, because you have to fly around, just shoot a couple bullets, wait, shoot a couple bullets, wait. It just feels as though it was better to just stay and fight like you would with Widow or somebody. I had no real complaints on Miss Marvel. I generally loved her out of the 4 characters. She had decent combos. It's like they put so much time and effort and thought into Miss Marvel than anybody else. I just want to say now, Widow, probably like second runner up. Hulk, they could have done more with him in this beta. I'm not gonna lie. He struggled the most. Now that I got that part out the way, what else? Enemies? There were times where I was doing a mission and felt as though it wasn't even no point of even fighting some of the enemies. If you want to level up, yeah, that's fine. Go fight the enemies. But if you wanted to complete missions, literally all you have to do was in certain spots just run and complete the objective and it's done. Because once you complete objectives, a lot of times the enemies would despawn. There were some times where they would tell you to clear the area, but a lot of times you would just completely end the mission just by doing the objective, or they would just despawn. And it was like, well, why is it like giant hordes of enemies in front of me if they would just despawn anyway? Like I said, there was a lot of things I didn't like about it. The lock-on system sucks. It really sucks ass. If you're fighting, I never like really use the lock-on system other than the time that they told me to use it. If you're trying your best to really use this lock-on system, it's probably good against like single target enemies. There's multiple enemies. I would not recommend locking onto an enemy. It just did not work out the way you thought it would. Combos with like lock on but then unlock. When you aim with a projectile, then the lock on system would like go off of the character you just locked onto, and then you have to relock onto them. It just was too clunky to keep using. That's probably gonna end it for me. There's like I said, there's a lot of different things I could have talked about, went in depth on, but as it stands right now, it's just a beta. I can't like guarantee a lot of stuff is gonna even happen in the full game, or if it's gonna be touched on or worked on before the full game releases. We still got a month, well, a little less than a month to go, so I'm pretty sure the devs are gonna, you know, try their best to work on some of these things, because if not, it'll really suck on down the line, because this game has a lot of potential. It could really strive and be good, but I don't know how long this game would last if it stays on the path it's on currently. I want to see more abilities coming from the characters, like this move that Widow has for her ultimate. This is fine, but this just having this one ultimate would not be ideal. You know how like in Destiny and other games, they have multiple abilities, like multiple ultimate abilities that you can unlock and use. I would like to see multiple ultimate abilities coming from these characters, because after a while, spamming one ultimate ability is gonna get stale. Even though playing with your friends, it's gonna get stale. So hopefully in the full game there are multiple abilities you can choose and use, switch out, make your characters feel unique and different. But like I said, that's gonna end it for me. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. It's only like 2 or 3 minutes before the video ends, so you can watch Widow kick some more ass for a couple more minutes. But overall, I'm loving the beta, and like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna get on a PlayStation for the PlayStation exclusive content, but really don't care. All I want to do is play Cap. Nobody else matters but Captain America to me, so everybody sucks ass. That's gonna end it for me. I'll see you guys in another video. As always, enjoy the rest of you guys' day, and stay safe out there. Peace.